Baptiste here. Hope you all are having an amazing Wednesday. I am so far, so I hope you all are. We're just gonna get right into it. Okay? Okay. Alright. Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what blessings Spirit has for you coming your way. Thank you, Spirit. Let us connect and move. What blessings do you have for them? Mm. We got transmute, the snake on there, and then we have affluence. Mm. It's let's see. We have psychic and trust coming in here together. It's crazy because when a snake sheds everything, I love to point out that they shed their eyes, they shed everything, all parts of them, like it's a husk of their old self. And affluence is typically the outreach that you have by just being yourself, what you're able to bring in, what you're able to extend outside of self, what can be seen, all those things. It's affluence. You're affluential. Um, Almost like an influence over people, but you're not intentionally trying to influence people. You're just being yourself. And so for transmute to come out and then affluence to be flipped inside of the deck and pulling it out just lets you know that once you shed that part of you, transmute, and it doesn't even say have to fully shed, it says transmute. So that's taking negative thoughts or negative energy or confusing energy situations. And it's almost like silver lining. That's kind of how I like to think of transmuting. Like, okay, I'm going to take what you feel like is for my bad, for my setback, for my confusion, for my delay, for my let me sit here and worry and fear. I'm going to flip that into my good. What can I learn from this? What can I understand from this? What can I center more? What can I remove from my life? How can I take advantage of this opportunity, this chance, this moment, all these things? And so that is essentially transmuting into different terms of thinking. I kind of think of it as silver lining. So with this coming, the transmute and the affluence, both this green, this abundance, this exposure is what I'm hearing. This clear pathway, this opening. It's crazy because it's even triangles on the snake. That foundation, that firmness. Some of these are triangles, some of these are diamonds. So it's like this pressure that once held you down like a diamond. Thank you, Spirit. Everything connects, everything aligns, everything is heard. Ashe. Mm. Triangle on the back. Recognizing that pressure that wants to get you, those thoughts, those people, those actions, or even what you used to do. I used to talk about self. I used to think about self. I used to heal self. All these things, you're transmuting it. You're shifting it for your good. You're moving it in a direction that's like, okay, I know that this is not the worst. So what's the best yet to come? Because I know that it can be better. It's kind of like that energy, but also that death energy, that in energy, that going from one thing to another, but it was something that you always had inside of you. So you think about it, it's the outer layer of the snake that's shedding, that's being taken off, not the innards, not the, you know? So really, truly, it's this outerness and husk of their own self. You can literally find little snake husk or whatever, or if you have a snake, you can see them their old form. It allows you to truly, and it's very sensitive at first. Their skin is very sensitive. because obviously it's a process of them. I believe it's called molting, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I believe it's called molting, but I'm not quite sure. I know certain types of bugs and even crustaceans do that as well. Moving back from before, moving on, but the triangles on the body, the affluence, the new skin, the sensitivity. I feel like you coming into this new light, this new energy, and embracing it, and really truly utilizing it, and flipping the script, changing the system, uprooting the dynamic. It's like you're the new person that just walked in, or the new boss, or it's just this new energy. Mm, mm. That's the song that I'm hearing. It's, I don't know. Yeah, we got that through work. I feel like this has already happened. I feel like you're already doing this. I feel like it's to be transmuting right now versus transmute. I feel like you're transmuting. The death is in the past. You have already shed it. Now you're in this sensitive skin, sensitive stage. Like I said, those triangles, that affluence, it seems like a lot of pressure. And it is, but there's also diamonds in here. There's also big and little things. There's also hexagons and pentagons. So there's different shapes in here, different possibilities. And it sounds crazy, but it's reshaping your life, redefining it. You've already went through the death period, and which is why you got the transmute card, because you're currently transmuting at the moment. You've been through, I'm hearing the tower moment. You've been through that scale, that really big. Okay, it could have been some news that now you have to deal with. Like, okay, I was not expecting to have to pay for that, do this extra responsibility, take this on, or okay, now this is something I was not expecting to have to work with this evening. Yeah, we got transformation and new moon on the back. Actually, look, another triangle on the back of the deck. Look at the spiritual meaning of triangles as well, but and however, it's a shift. Even the fire and the death, it's that burning and really truly coming out, like the phoenix coming out. I think there is a creature, I don't know, they deal with fire and they work with fire. They use fire, I believe. I think it's owls. They like use fires. There's a type of creature that uses fire to lure prey in and they get the prey. And I'm saying this because snakes are typically predators. And I'm getting this, we're going to rock and roll with the thank you spirit. It's this, now you're on the prey. Because now your skin is sensitive. So now you're in this protector mode, in this, okay, defense mode. But you also are looking for the prey, something to satisfy that hunger. And I'm thinking, stay with me here, please stay with me. Spare me secret. I would just. It reminds me of a podcast that I did, where I talked about you ever been like hungry for something like a burger, like that is what you are craving. That's what you're like salivating for. That's what you're thinking about. You can see yourself eating the burger, like man, just biting into it. But then you get pizza. Like you buy it, somebody gives it to you, pizza's with it, whatever it is. And sure, it'll like, okay, this is like, it'll fill my appetite, but it doesn't satisfy my hunger. It's not satisfying. Like I was imagining myself sitting down, getting prepared, the two hands biting this brioche, but you're like you imagining everything, like your mouth is fixed where your mind is, like you got leftovers in your whole entire body. You setting the scene, the scenario is set for that. But then you get something completely different. it didn't satisfy your hunger. And I feel like that is what went to dead. It's the old you that is always so willing to accept things that just, they'll fill you up because it's food. It'll fill you up because it's an opportunity. It'll fill you up because it's a job. It'll fill you up because it's a person. It'll fill you up because it's something to do. It'll feel like, but it's not what is feeding that hunger. And so now you're taking your ability to be able to consume that prey like you did those other things, even if you were settling for it. You were like, no, I'm going to burn out just to do it, but I'm going to keep that core of me being a hunter. Because I was still seeking out those things. This is what I wanted, but I was settling for, like, I wasn't putting my skills up. I wasn't fully showing self who and what I could be. So you put yourself through that fire, through that change, through that shift. And like, you're like, I'm ready to consume. People may have thought something. It may have been me. May have thought like, no, that's it. That's all. No. I can reinvent myself, change, shift things at any moment of any time. And so now you're going through the transmuting phase, the sensitive skin, okay, let's rediscover it in a way where I'm not going to sell myself short. Right? And it's giving me that energy of remembering your power. I like to remind people, like, you have such an amazing power inside of you at all points and all times. This is why you are who you are. People want to be around you. People want to work with you. People want to hang out with you. People want to hear your words. People want whatever it is. It's a power. It's an essence. It's a source inside of you. And this is bringing me to the trust in the psychic card. Trusting in the unknown. Trusting in what you can't see in this realm or understand, but knowing that you can develop in this realm because of what you're able to do in the unknown, in the void, in the darkness, in the burning of the old, in the change of what you're going to have in outreach. But however, also, and thank you, with your power, I like to remind people, like, there's a reason people go out there, whether they're Mormon, Muslim, whatever. I can't even think of the other ones. Evangelistic, whatever. They all come out and then come knocking on your door, or they give out little pamphlets, or brochures for Scientology. All these things, people to get you in, to feed their agenda. They're always, and it's like, why would someone want me, right? If I had nothing of worth, nothing of value, like, why would they just? Is it just to have a body? Even if it is just, say, like, how scamming churches be scamming, we're just gonna call it out, just to get them. Why do they feel like what is it that they see me? Even if it's just a lick, even if it's just something on the flip scale. Thank you, Spirit. I want this person because they can sing really good. We need them in our choir. Or the way that they dance, they can, being our dance teacher. It's something where it's like, can we bring them in? Because I know the affluence that they will have, they will bring by just being themselves, right? So I like to remind people, like, remember that. Like, there's a reason they try to even convert you. Like, hey, like, no. First of all, how are you gonna say what I choose to do or who I choose to believe in, deity, God, where spirituality, was so forth and have you, isn't right, but you want me to believe in that, in whatever it is that you want me to believe in, shift in, or feel like it's the right power, the right energy, the right higher power. It's because you recognize me. And with this new fresh skin and you having to adjust to it and transmuting, no longer just accepting to accept, because you're recognizing I have a good outpoint in a lot of things. I know a whole lot more than I think I know, and understand a whole lot more than I think I do. So I need to trust that I'm moving in that direction, because why would they want to correct, why would they want that information? Why would they want me to not know, not understand? Whatever it is, recognize your power, the source that you have. Recognize it. Because if you really believe I'm that powerful that you want me over there, imagine what happened if I really truly believe continuously in what has helped me work for me. Whether that be a routine, spiritual shit, a mantra, whatever it is. We got new moon and transformation. It is just around the corner. This new wave, this new life, this new source of self, and really stepping into that. You have already died and come up again. You have transformed. And butterflies are very sensitive. They typically only last survive like 2-3 weeks. So I always be like, damn, if I got to see one, I don't know if they just came out. I don't know if they've been out for a while. I don't know if this is their last. Like, I always take a cherished moment, a grateful moment in that. And so with this new minute transformation, understand that anything can change at any time. And not everything lasts as long as you think it does, whether that's pain, hurt, stress, knowing, because either the lesson's going to come and you're going to start the cycle again, or the lesson's going to come and you're going to learn from it and you're going to move to a different dynamic, right? Something new, something in that darkness to be able to create it, because even butterflies are created in darkness. There's no light getting in there. There's no light, not even a moth. So while you are going through that darkness, flipping and switching it, okay? Don't think there's any final cards in here. Yeah. I feel like you're being gentle with yourself. I don't feel like any harsh energy towards self. I feel like this is just a little bop-in message. Like, oh. Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness. We have soulmate in the earth. Okay. The soulmate card likes to point out, and the soulmate card is on top of the death card, and the earth card is on top of the trust card, and the new moon card. But they're still together. But I like that the soulmate card in the book also points out friendships and, family, things of that sort, because it goes a lot deeper, like earth, the roots, the core, the magma, all the good jazz, than just the surface level possible grass or weeds or what so forth. That, which is funny because they usually say cut the grass so snakes can get in. Anyway, but it's, again, those depth to those connections, which is why the soulmate is on top. It's, again, I'm not just going to settle. I'm not just going to take anything. I'm not just going to allow anything. I sought my eyes out on this. I'm not going to settle for something that isn't going to fill that hunger, that need, that desire, my passions, my goals, what makes me feel open, free, revitalized, like a fucking human, whatever, so forth. That, like, I'm not for that. So really being able to recognize that, like, your soulmate is the people that you have around you, your support system, your friends, your family, sometimes even your colleagues. It's recognizing that it is the end of just having connections that don't really feed the soul, they don't feed self, right? Satisfy that hunger, because that earth is rooted in that trust and that intuition and that guidance and that darkness. Of being like, I don't know how I know, but I know what I know. I'm moving this. It's that. And trusting in that. I didn't have these visions, these thoughts, and now it's still coming up in my head for no reason. I need it. We have truth and gratitude coming in reverse. Thank you, Spirit. I kind of got distracted with that. I say, well, we have truth and gratitude coming in reverse, and that's right on top of transformation. It's really that silver lining, transmuting. This is what it is. You're not trying to have false praise, false gratitude anymore for things that really have not made you happy or are not making you happy, even if it's just like this situation is not what I was expecting. And it's kind of reminds me of the same words like I could complain, but who's listening? Lots of people are listening. Sometimes you gotta complain like Spirit, this is and not like okay. It's like why would I this gotta change. I'm not okay with this. It's like you wanting chocolate ice cream and you getting vanilla and you feel like you have to be happy about it. You don't have to be happy just because somebody brought it. Like that's not what I wanted, or even because that's not what I want. I'll just deny it. And so, thank you, Spirit. What I'm saying is, you don't have to take things just to show that you are grateful that things are being offered to you. You don't have to allow things, behaviors, situations, just to show that you are strong, that you are compassionate, that you are a good listener. You don't have to accept those things and allow those things just to show that. That's not true. You don't have to be falsely grateful because that's not the truth. Truth and love go hand in hand to me. They can be synonymous. People like love hurts, truth hurts. Does it hurt? Does it really hurt? Because I know a lot of things that hurt and they don't feel like any of those things. Anyway, I'm seeing like a scroll and pen, almost like dipping the ink, writing at night. But truly recognizing that we're gonna flip that grateful upward. Thank you, Spirit. Cause it's almost like don't give something expecting something, or don't give something expecting a certain type of reaction when you don't get it. It's like I shouldn't have did that. I shouldn't. It's like you shouldn't have. Because the truth of the matter is you weren't gonna be happy unless they or this outcome happened in that certain type of way. And sometimes you can use that rage, transmute that rage, that anger, that disappointment, into being like, no, I'm not going to settle for less, or I'm not going to do that, or I'm not going to. It reminds me of Queen Latifah, was like, I write in my acting classes, I'm not dying no more. Like, I don't die in movies. You can write me out, but I'm not going to die. She said, I think y'all got enough of that, especially with Set It Off. Like, no. It's like, I can still achieve that. And she is an amazing, phenomenal actress, okay? Without having to put myself in situations, especially her being a Black woman, that would have threw her through. Okay? Especially after that acting. So, you don't have to just be falsely grateful. It's like when people get mad at homeless people for like, oh, I don't want this. Or for homeless people spending money that you gave them on what the fuck they wanted. You shouldn't have gave it in the first place. You weren't really going to be grateful or happy with it. You wanted a certain. No. So when you feel like this will not satisfy your hunger, don't eat it. Not saying be a starving artist or a starving person, but fight for what you want. Don't just settle. Transmute that energy of you seeking it out, you setting it up, you seeing it in your mind, you planning it. Sometimes it's going to take a little bit more effort. Sometimes it's going to take a little bit more time. But you never know. You never fucking know. So transmuting it all, changing all that sensitive new skin that you feeling, traversing new terrain. A lot of T's. I like that. Truth, terrain, terrarium. Water my terrarium today. Anyway, I'm babbling on. Recognize what you want. Go after what you want. And if you feel like you can't get what you want or you're not getting what you want, reevaluate yourself, your situation, and where you are, putting your trust in your energy and focus. Like, because it's really what I want in my. Because sometimes it's just something outside of your control. Like I said, I feel like you guys went through a tower moment. Also, feel like you guys aren't being too rough and harsh on self. This is again just a pop in. Just a, hey, while you're on this, just a pop in. Okay, this has been your reading, and until next time.